Hello, 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 beautiful people. My name is Sonia Marie. And if you're catching me after this live, thank you. Thank you for clicking the button and pressing play and saying, what's this chick all about? I don't know who she is. And if you're coming back as a return and a repeat offender, thank you. I appreciate you rolling with us. I really, really do. Us being me and all my peoples on the other side, we conduct this situation here. And all the peoples that are sliding on in here live, that's for sure. We're going to say hello to them in a minute. We welcome you back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This weekend was an awesome weekend, as you can probably tell by the tone of my voice. It's a little scratchy. It was just awesome, awesome, awesome. We did an awesome sex and astrology. Did I say awesome? We did a great sex and astrology workshop at Soul Supreme Studio. Thank you and big ups for the few beautiful people that showed up. It was a great intimate event, and I pray to do more of sex and astrology workshops because I actually that was the first one I've ever done so specifically, and I felt the healing happening. I felt something moving in the room. I didn't quite know what it was and how to pinpoint it, and honestly, how to even orchestrate it as a facilitator in that moment because it was big and it was looming. The energy was, but all the information hopefully spoke to what that lumen was all about, and to begin to crack the nut on healing some things that are inside of us, so we can apply our sexuality, our sensuality to our healing and for our healing. That's for damn sure. More on that later, but we're gonna do a whole nother workshop. That's for sure. So thank you, Angel. I appreciate you. I also went to go see Simrit. If y'all don't know who Simrit is, she's a bomb ass just vocalist, musician. Her band was incredible yesterday. Check her out. Simrit. When you're in those moments where you want your heart and soul to be lifted, on some meditation, chanting, rhythmic, soulful, melodic joint, like yo, go check her out. She really gets to the inside of your soul. What's up with everybody here? Hello, 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 hello. I want to say hi to specific folks. The first one up deck was Atia. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't pronounce that incorrectly. Medea is here. Akio is here. Kay, what's up? Chevron and Fortune Times Flow or Fortune and Flow. Dr. Locks, what up? Shamia, polish my pearl. How you doing, sweet Sag? And what's going on, Medea and Teresa and Anje? You was waiting for me? Here I am, girl. Bijou is in the place to be. I'm just gonna say CHAFIZ7. Yo, today I'm incredibly tired. I just want y'all to know this. I'm gonna do my best and take my time and give y'all some information. I'm definitely tapped in, but I'm extremely exhausted with good stuff though, with joy. So please forgive me if I don't put that extra effort in reading your name, pronouncing your name. Know that it's all love. Just it's a lot of energy that I have to put out right now, and I don't really have half of it. So we're just gonna rock with what we got. Miss Reese 63 is here. Brianna, what's happening? Sam Flowers. I said hello to Teresa. What's up, Monica? Sweet Scorpio. How was your birthday? Desiree, I say hello to you. And Nicole Shan. I'm so glad y'all here. Yonkers is absolutely in the building all day and night. Let me tell you, even as much as I try to shake that thing, Yonkers is always here. Are you from Yonkers too? I just wanted to know. What up, D? How are you? Glad to see you. So let's get started because I really want to do my best to convey what it is that I felt this morning. Even though I was moving slowly, even though I woke up slow, even though it's raining in LA, I love the rain, especially in LA. When it's raining in LA and just moving along with the vibration of the weather, I kept hearing downloads about this week. And I pray that I can remember them all and that spirit can bring them back if I slip and forget a few. But the bottom line is that this is like I make it or break it. I make it or break it kind of week in some sense. All right. And I'm gonna bring y'all through it. You know I am. So get your pens and your paper if you want to take some notes and let's go on and do this thing. Thank y'all. Ooh, I looked at the time at 4:44. The ancestors are here and they got our backs, y'all. That made me feel good and sweat a little bit. So let's freaking go. So the thing I said on the top of my notes here is, are we going to sabotage this week or are we going to rise? That should be at the top of your notes too. All the aspects that I throw at you in regards to what's happening astrologically speaking, aspects, the moon trine in this, Saturn sextile in that, those are aspects, right? I want y'all to see and place in your mind if that's helping you to sabotage, or is that helping you to rise to the occasion of what you need to do. Does that make sense to y'all so far? So far? It'll make better sense as we go along. Today being November 7th. Oh, today is my mentor, my ex-mother-in-law, my sweet, sweet, dear, dear, dear angel of mine in my heart, Mama Nita. It's her birthday today. So everybody put out some good love to Mama Nita and send her some light, would you? I'd appreciate that. She's 81 years young, or 82. I can't remember. But I love that lady. And I pray that y'all send her some good energy, okay? She taught me astrology in ways in which I never even thought I could learn. And I give her all the love and respect, all the love and respect and reverence for the science and for being able to convey this information to y'all. So happy solar return, Mama Need. I love you. All right. Here we go. Let's get on into this thing here. Today being Monday, of course, the moon is in Taurus. And like I said, watch to see what it is that you are helping to self-sabotage in regards to things that's going on in your life, or you are rising to the occasion about. Remember, on the top of your notes. Today, there's only one lonely aspect, but the rest of the week fills up for that. Today gets us started going really, really slow in a sense. I thank y'all for the 10 thumbs up that have already been given to me. That means a lot to me. It really, really does. Not to say that it strokes my ego, but it makes me feel like you're paying attention. So thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Today, that lonely aspect is Venus squaring Saturn. Yep, woke up with that shit. That's for damn, ding dong, damn sure. Well, every time I think of Saturn, I think of work. Like, do you want to work like a Dr. Mahendras Kumodi, or do you not want to work? Today is a not want to work. Why? Because it's square in Venus. And Venus is about love. Venus is about value. Venus is about desire and passion. So maybe our desire and passion is being squelched by the need to work. Does that make sense? Sometimes when we feel like we got things to do, well, I should say, let me start all over. Sometimes when we feel like there is a lot of work to do in a particular situation, area in our lives, according to this particular aspect and the example of it, the desires will be squelched because of the work. Sometimes we welcome work and sometimes we don't. Sometimes our desires get squelched, our passions get a little, I don't know. I got to put that much in. I got to do that much discipline. I have to call these people. I got to work a little harder today and not smarter. I got to push. I got to be aggressive on some level to get what I want. I have to be disciplined. I have to follow traditions and rules and structure. This is all Saturn. Well, that can take away the desire. That can take away the passion. That can take away the love for something. That can blow somebody's high. Wait, what? I gotta work. So that's how that feels. My note said, have you lost your energy today, your stamina or concentration? That's today, y'all. We're starting on Monday. To find the value or the beauty in a thing, whatever, man. Should be the attitude is what I put. Someone can be restraining your money as well. That's another thought. Is somebody holding back your coins? Here's the deal, though. Don't get too upset. Things are gonna work out when it comes to value and money and situations like that. You want to check people. You want to remind people. You want to put up boundaries. You need to push to do the hard work to find the value and the passion and get the desire back. You need to push to find the money or the beauty or no. Push to find the money and the worth that you need to get for yourself, the money from someone else. If you don't feel like that right now, that's what's going down today. Today, this is Monday. Again, it'll float away when it needs to, I should say, as we transit for the next couple of days or so. But stay in contact with that. Is it really the fact that you need to work that is squelching your desires? Now, here's the deal. Thank you, God. That's step one, the self-sabotaging. Did you hear that? Step one of the self-sabotaging. Why? Because almost immediately we stop our climb quick little download. We stop and stunt our climb, our ambitious climb to where we need to be if we lose our zest for a thing. So this is the beginning. So the point is, let it go by. Okay? Because if you do pay attention to it, too much to it, and you fall into the fact that you have no desire, no passion, that's the beginning of self sabotage. Well, shit, I didn't want to do the thing in the first place. No, you talked yourself into that. Don't do that today, all right? All right? Y'all listening to me? Okay. So tomorrow brings on a whole nother vibration. And let's take our time with this, okay? Tomorrow brings the full moon lunar eclipse at 16 degrees Taurus at 6:02 a.m. on the east side of life. So here's the deal. I really want to take my time with this because, again, as we talked about in the eclipse workshop, which is one 2 or 3 videos prior to this one, we talked about how this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is definitely and absolutely a byproduct and some type of conjunction, not astrologically speaking, but let me start all over. I got to get my words together, y'all. This full moon is actually riding alongside of what Uranus in the North Node was doing around about May 31st. All right. And secondly, we've had about 3 series of eclipses that have been in Taurus and Scorpio. So tomorrow is a big deal. And it's not an around about tomorrow, because remember, we don't necessarily have to feel these effects of the full moon eclipse on the day. We can feel it on the day, within the week, or within 6 months. I know that seems like a lot, but it's geometrically speaking. Okay. I don't have time to explain all of that, but take that for gold, research it, find out on your own what that really means, right? Specifically. But the bottom line is it's a big deal because we've been working up until this moment. And tomorrow could potentially be incredibly emotional, especially for all stubborn types. Okay. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. This can kind of take you out because this Taurus full moon and the Scorpio full moon, the Scorpio eclipses have been going on too, both in fixed signs, have been pushing the hardest things to push through our lives. Y'all get that? Because Aquarius and Leo and Taurus and Scorpio are fixed signs. Whenever it's time for them to change, augment, do some things that they need to do in order to reap a different reward, it's hard to come by because they're fixed, because they're stubborn, because they're rigid, because they're convinced that their way is the best way. You understand what I'm saying? So tomorrow could potentially be very, very emotional for a lot of people that want to stay stuck and arrogant and rebellious and be stubborn just because. Just because they want to punish other people and say, see, I told you I wasn't going to do a thing and I'm not going to do it, while the goddamn fucking bricks are falling on your head. You proved that you wasn't going to do a thing because somebody asked you, because you didn't want them to control you. But at the same time, you're being sabotaged. You get that? Sometimes, ooh, I just felt that in my heart. Sometimes the rigidity of a thing is just plain stupid. Control is just plain stupid. And forgive me for using such a harsh word. And it can be a trigger word for some people, but forgive me, it's not meant to be. And the reason why I say it's stupid and it lacks knowledge and it lacks a genius on some level, right, is because you can't get upset by people situations wanting to control you, and or, let me say this better, try to show you something different. You can't control everything. That is the bottom line to being fixed and rigid, is that you want to be able to control your steps. You want to be able to say, this is what I'm going to do based on what it is that I know. And nobody and nothing on the outside of me is going to make me move. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? We don't have control over shit. Not absolutely near, no, nothing. Okay. And I know you know this, but as human beings, we get caught. We get caught knowing this, number one, right? And we don't have control. But then when fear comes up, we even want to grab hold of a little bit more. When somebody starts bullying us and offering up options and shit, or chastising us, criticizing us, you understand, triggering us, making us emotional. You understand what I mean? Then that rigidity becomes even more. then you hold on to it even more. Then you don't want anybody to push you, change you, help to augment you into the better, because you don't want anybody to knock you off your square, and you don't want nobody to tell you what to do, because you want to hold on to what it is that you think is right for you. Here's my real question. What has been working? Has everything that you've done in your life up until this moment been working for you 100%? That's a real motherfucking question. Y'all can answer that while I sip my juice. And I know that the answer is obviously no. You may think that you have a perfect life or your life is cool. That's cool. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not here to like dismantle people's beliefs and morals around who they are and their optimism for that matter. But at the end of the day, we have to know that we need to stick and move. We need to change certain things in our lives to make us better. And if you're sitting in the middle of the road, stubbornly trying not to move because this is what you built up to, it reminds me of a woman or a man that just doesn't want to move out of a house after the other spouse decided to divorce them. They just want to live there and make their lives, and the other person's lives miserable. But they think that they have some kind of control over the situation because they refuse to move. Like they are in control, they are in power because they refuse to do a thing, to augment a thing, to change a thing, to prove that they're right. Hear what I'm saying? I'm going ham on this position, and I'm going ham on this day and this full moon thing because it's huge. It's really, really huge. There's always something in us that just doesn't want to move, and we can't hold on to nothing no more, y'all. I swear to God, I know I sound like a broken record because I've been saying this a lot. But the more you realize it, the more we let go. The more we realize it, the more we realize we got shit to surrender to. You think you're done, and it's like a whole fucking closet of other shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, bust the aspects that are happening tomorrow. I'm going to run them down real quick, and then I'm going to go back to explain. On Tuesday, because there's a bunch of them. Tomorrow, the full moon lunar eclipse, 16 degrees Taurus, right? This full moon will aspect a bunch of stuff. Check it out. It's going to opposition Mercury. It naturally oppositions the sun. It's going to conjunct Uranus. It's also going to square Saturn. It's the moon is going to be opposition of Venus, and it's going to sextile Neptune. On the other side of that, though, we got the sun conjuncting Mercury, and then Mercury opposition Uranus. Pause right here if you didn't get all of that so you can write that down in the recording, okay? Boop. Okay, anyway, here we go. Let's go back to these descriptions. Now, if you understand this, if you notice that the moon is aspecting at least 80% of what I just ran down to you, a huge deal. So this full moon is activating other things in our chart. When that happens, when it activates it, it's up to you to get the real reason of the full moon because it's the common denominator. Yes, y'all? Y'all hear how I'm teaching you? You dig? Now, so what's the full moon in Taurus? Like I said, it's a culmination. It's the building, the end all, 100% end all, be all. I can't take it no more emotion of Taurus-like things. That's how you eat, your quality of life, your pleasure principles, like your sensual pleasures. You understand? What else did I write down here? Your stubbornness, your money, how you make your money, how you want to be content or not content, and your patience. So the bottom line is, if you're that person that's always sitting back, just not satisfied, on some level, you're just not satisfied. By the way, that's why I got this tat right here. That's Arabic for satisfaction. Because to me, I think that's like the name of the game. When you can be satisfied with yourself, content with yourself, regardless of what's happening, up, down, in and out, all around, you remain the constant and the grounding, the centering for your life. Everything must flow around you so you're not reacting. So at the end of the day, as much as you could. So at the end of the day, with this full moon culminating, right? When it has to do with contentment, what things you need to like alter within your life, in your mindset, to go, you know what? There's certain things that I am satisfied with, and I don't have to be unsatisfied any longer. Because on some level, if you feel unsatisfied, that means that not only are you not grounded, but you're always desperate. searching for something outside of yourself. And it does not bring you a stellar quality of life when you're looking outside of you, when you're checking everybody else's cars and family life and their husband or their wife's situation, how much money they're making, how happy they are, or seemingly so. You understand what I'm saying? When you're checking for other people, when you're outside and you're not satisfied because you haven't even checked to see what's going on in here, that's dangerous, cuz. That's dangerous because that means at any time you can give somebody power. At any time they can trigger you and make you mad. At any time they can make you feel shame or guilt or any of these crazy, ugly emotions that spin us out. Are y'all listening? Okay. So bust it. This the ending, the culmination of the stubbornness, the sensual pleasure, all things Taurus, the ending of a quality of life that we have reached the ceiling to. When you say, damn it, and this is just a very low number, but just rock with me, y'all. I've been making $20,000 a year and I've been getting really, really comfortable with that shit, right? Understand, this full moon in Taurus goes, you know what? You have been getting comfortable, quite complacent, by the way. You got to push through that ceiling and figure out what you need to change in order to get a better quality of life. And here's the deal, because it's the moon, it's an emotional situation. And oftentimes it looks like what's going on with your mom, or it looks like what's going on with women in your life, or it looks like it's a karmic situation, like it's something just embedded in your cells. And you're like, why do I feel comfortable with $20,000 when I know, goddamn, I am worth $200,000 a year, even more? How should I bust through this thing? How should I look at myself and get emotional about that thing and figure it out? Know that I'm fucking stellar. I'm dope. God is dope, and so am I. How about that? All right. So the moon, that information, how it fits in your life, those things, one or two of those things, stubbornness, sensual pleasure, contentment, patience, self-worth, quality of living, how you eat, one or two or three of those things could apply to you in your life and the emotional capacity, the full capacity that's happening right now in that area of your life. Whatever it is, think about it, write it down. Let's go. Because that thing is going to be opposite your Mercury, opposite how you think. Opposite how you think. So you may be feeling a certain way. Yeah, I need to be a little bit more patient. I need to stop eating all this stuff. You may feel that because emotionally it's welling up in you, but your brain is saying, yeah, but you got to go deeper. You got to go deeper and get some more stuff. Scorpio, Mercury. You got to go deeper and get some more stuff and recognize what it is you've been missing. That's exhausting. This is what I wrote. Ending a full moon's emotions is hoping to balance deep thoughts of Scorpio reveal. How do you end these things and don't plummet too deep and sabotage who you are? That's when that moon oppositions the sun. So the bottom line is we're trying to balance out the deep thoughts that we have, the things that we still pulling up, still drudging up about ourselves. Scorpio like, deep like, you understand, intense, extreme, maybe some drug shit, maybe some habits, some old ways in which we had. This is what we've been thinking about. How does that play out and balance out and become even with our emotions that know goddamn well I hit the ceiling and I need to shake it? How does that work for you? I know that said a lot, but stop and think about that thing. Your brain is saying go deeper and think about the intensities of your life, and your emotions is like, I don't want to go deeper. I just want a new quality of life, but I don't want to move. That's a fucking standoff right there. When you're trying to balance that thing out, tomorrow ain't gonna be easy for a lot of people, especially fixed signs. What are they? Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Understand this. But the real reason why to find that balance, like I just alluded to, is that the moon is opposite of the sun. So it's gonna absolutely threaten your core. If you don't figure out your deep thoughts and the things that you need to get from the mysteries of Scorpio, those deep thoughts, those emotional thoughts, those habits and things, to balance them out with your emotional needs for a better life, then it's going to fuck up your core, your sun, your ego, your vulnerable self. Those spaces and places that you are by yourself in quiet areas going, God damn, why didn't I pay attention to that? Why didn't I listen to that new quality of life? Why didn't I take that opportunity? What was I thinking? Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all quiet? What's going on? Understand this. It will threaten who you are. So find a balance and break the ceiling and don't be as stubborn. Cry through it, beat through it, hit on a pillow, a bed, or whatever. Get through the stubbornness of this full moon in Taurus so you can see yourself, the sun, and so you can think clearly, Scorpio style, about the deep things that are coming in and out of your life and the things that you want to talk about, by the way. And if that's a way to get the things out, the deep things, do talk about it. Like I suggested last week to somebody that you trust. Check that video out. The moon is also conjunct in Uranus going backwards in alignment with change happening. And it starts, that started around May 31st. Let the heavy go. So the bottom line is that that full moon is conjuncting with Uranus. Remember, Uranus and the North Node came together. So that means the moon is essentially conjuncting the North Node along with Uranus, because Uranus and the North Node are still together. Riding along together, give or take a couple of degrees. So the bottom line is the full moon says, I need you to let go of all these things in Taurus, like I was just saying, right? Patience and all of that shit. I need you to let go all of that so you can foster this change. So you can realign and foster this change that you started around May 31st. I want y'all to go back there before that weird ass retrograde summer that came along that we just had. I need y'all to go back there to what was the North Node and change about for me? What areas, what revelations that I have, what new areas in my life that I know I need to go in direction to? You understand what I'm saying? And how is that? Tomorrow you have to think when this full moon lunar eclipse swells, you think to yourself, what are these things I need to end in order to put me on this road, in order to put me back on this road of change that I started out with in May. This makes sense? I pray. I really, really pray. Okay, that moon, that full moon also squares Saturn. So much stubbornness to release that full moon because you have little discipline and or are riddled with fear. Yes. It will come over you like the way I feel it and see it, like a goddamn, like a wave of hives. That's what that feels like. That full moon swell in Taurus is threatening Saturn. Saturn deals with fear, lessons learned, work, discipline, boundaries. You understand what I'm saying? Limitations and restrictions. So this full moon, whatever it is that we need to let go, is going to allow us to see that biggest fear come in our face. You know, I just thought about squirrel, but it's an analogy. I just thought about the movie Poltergeist. I don't know how many of y'all saw Poltergeist. You can put your hands up or whatever. But the bottom line is, there was a scene at the very, very end when the lady was confusing the mom, the little girl, Carol Ann, from running into the light. And she goes, run into the light now. And the mother's like, don't run into the light. I thought you said don't run into the light. But when she said run into the light and don't run into the light, it was all this confusion. She's like, no, you're moving too fast. And then that monster comes out of the closet, like straight away. And it's like, rah! That monster to me feels like your fears. When we are pushing ourselves in the best way possible, but a little aggressive, because at this point we're done. Most of us are like, I need something different, but I don't know what it is, and I'm scared as shit, and I don't know how to activate this. Somebody save my ass. Somebody just drop my dreams right in my goddamn lap. I don't want to go through these emotional twists and turns and turmoils and having to deal with people and situations no more. It ain't over. It ain't over. So the bottom line is that when that swell comes up from that full moon, it wants to threaten, or I should say the fears are threatening that swell. So the things that we got to leave, the things that we got to stop in order for a better quality of life, our fears are coming up and saying, you can't do that, bitch. Get back in the closet, Carol Ann. Carol Ann, go into the light. Go into the light, y'all. Like straight, go into the light. Fuck that monster. That monster was ugly and goddamn fake. Y'all remember how special effects looked like back in the 80s, whenever it was? It was just ugly. It was ugly. It was fake. It was stupid. It was a monster that was mechanical. Yes, I'm using the analogies, and I know your fears are real. I'm not minimizing them because mine are real as well. But if we are to move through this moment in time, we got to look at it like that closet monster. Like, for real? That's what you coming with, fake ass monster. And then give him a left hand, left hook, uppercut, then a right hook to the eyeball. You understand what I'm saying? But it could look big and scary at first. That's the point. You got to close your eyes and you got to walk through it. That's going to be a big deal. Lessons and fears that are coming up. Remember, Saturn, if I never told you this before, Saturn always leaves a reward, is what my mama Nita taught me. Saturn always leaves a reward. So when you push through this thing, when as it squares the full moon tomorrow, again, that's hard. That's a hard emotional aspect, y'all, right in the middle of the day. As you push through it, at the end of this whole little feeling, at the end of this week, so to speak, here comes the reward. Look for it. But if you let that fake ass monster scare you and push you back down them windy steps in that Poltergeist movie, I'm not going to say you lost. I'm just going to say it's going to take you a little bit more time to get to where you go. Shoots and ladders out this motherfucker. Go from 79 down to 2. You got to start all over on some level. Does that make sense to y'all? Yes, yes. Please talk to me. Let me know what y'all, what you're listening to. What you're talking about. What you're listening to. I'm listening to you, fool. let me know what you're listening to within yourself. How about that? I'm trying to wake up, y'all. Goddamn orange juice. All right, let's keep going because the sun also conjuncts Mercury. Ooh, I kind of like that though. Why? Because the sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, even though it's opposition, all of this Taurus full moon energy that's happening, the sun in conjunction with Mercury is like, yo, remember who we are and remember to think in those terms. Remember to speak in those terms. Even though you may be fearful, that's not what we're going to say. We're going to walk in there and we're going to fake it like we until we fucking make it. We're going to walk in there and know that the monster from Poltergeist is right on our fucking necks. And we're going to go, you know, it's a beautiful day today and I feel great and I'm going to knock this shit out the park. Because your sun overrides everything. The sun overrides everything. That's the core. That's the biggest fucking entity in the universe. If we don't have the sun, we don't have nothing. Everybody's dying within minutes. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to look to the sun, and the sun is feeding, conjuncting our Mercury, which is saying, yo, believe who you are, say what you believe. That makes sense. Stick with that, even though it looks fake, even though you got to fucking paint the smile on your face so it can push you through this full moon energy because it ain't gonna be too easy for everybody. That moon is also, let me read what I wrote here though about the sun conjuncting Mercury. What I think reflects the core of who I am. Time to share and communicate my truth against all odds. Just speak who you are, even though the fear is in your face. The moon, full moon, is an eclipse, is an opposition of Venus. That full moon energy and emotional let go. Just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as the elders say. Find value in things that are ending. Boom. Basically, fall in love with the fact that the shit is gone because it's bringing you value into your life. Different value you've never even seen before. You understand what I'm saying? Value you've never even seen before. It's bringing you that. Understand that. Believe that. When you feel like you're going up against something, that full moon swell is going to make you feel like I'm choked out and I'm stubborn again and I don't want to change. And you're at your hilt and I don't see the value in doing that. I don't see the value in doing that. So you're going to take all the opportunities, everything that you've been given, the money, the beauty, the love, whatever has been given you, because it's too hard to do that full moon duty, right? And throw everything out. The baby and the bathwater and the goddamn sink, and take the shampoo with you, damn it. Why? Don't do that. You didn't even give yourself a chance. You're responding to your fears. You're not responding to the value and the worth of who you are. You're responding to some outside shit. Get inside. Go inside. That's what Scorpio keeps saying. And everybody's afraid. No, not everybody. Rephrase that, Sonja. I have to learn how to use words differently instead of those definite words like everybody and all the time. And you always do that. Like, that's not true. But it's a sometimes kind of thing. There's a lot of people that are grossly afraid of going where they need to go, especially if they got to go through the tunnel in order to get there. And that's what Scorpio is proposing. Scorpio said, keep going through the tunnel. What you afraid of? What you scared of? Y'all don't know that your ancestors are on your back right now? I can't tell you how clearly I see them walking around in the world. And to be truthful with you, It's uncomfortable at times. I don't want to see them as much as I do and feel them as much as I do, but I know it's part of who I am. But the other part of that is that they are happy and joyous and fucking warriors. And they're looking at me like, we got this. Let's go. Push them harder. I'm like, listen, sir, ma'am, I don't have that jurisdiction. I don't have the ability and the control to keep pushing. And I don't care how much money they pay for a goddamn reading. They're going to do whatever they want to do. But the ancestors are around. They are on the ground, y'all. I can't tell you. I don't know if you've been feeling them. Have you been feeling them? Please tell me. Talk among yourself. Have you been feeling them, like tickling you, like waking up along next to you going, hey, how you doing? You want some tea or coffee this morning? It's like, what the fuck? Are you really that close right now? Yup. So what you afraid of? You're afraid that if you go too deep, you're going to awaken some pain that you don't want to see any longer, some wounds you don't want to touch, you don't want to hug any longer, you don't want to like soothe any longer. You want to say, oh, I forgot about that thing. I just want to be happy because we're post-COVID. Get over yourself, man. And grow up. Grow up to the point where you got to see yourself and everything around you through and through if you want to be successful, if you want to be peaceful. And I use success in a way in which it's like not just ambitious success, jobs and shit and career. I'm talking about personal success. I'm talking about your journey, your spirit's journey success. We start feeling that as we get older, when things get simple and a lot more peaceful, that this life was successful. You want that thing? You're going to have to go through the tunnel. You're going to have to see all the edges of it, everything. You cannot be selective about what it is you want to heal. Does that make sense? Also on Tuesday, tomorrow, it's a heavy day in a sense. Mercury is opposition Uranus. Remember, Mercury is in Scorpio, Uranus is in Taurus, going backwards. Balance your deep thoughts and the info that is surfacing to be reviewed and changed for the good. That's all. The balancing out. Remember, Uranus is about change, rebellious change, about the uniqueness of a thing. When it's opposition to brain, maybe the brain, Mercury, maybe the thoughts that you're having is not so unique. And you want to stay deep in Scorpio and you just want to keep moving the thing, moving through. But Uranus is like, yeah, balance that thing out. You can keep moving through with your thoughts and your depth and your mystery. But at the same time, move through, balance that thing as you're moving through and look for the change. Uranus North Node change to get back on that purpose that you said that you was going to do around about May 31st. Are y'all hearing me? And lastly, what I love the best is that tomorrow, that quiet fire, that sweet power of genius and Pisces and Neptune is going to be, is going to sextile the moon. It's going to sextile that full moon energy. So stay connected to your dreams. Stay connected to your ancestors. Hello, it just came out of my mouth. Stay connected to the ethereal, your imagination, healthy fantasies. When I say healthy fantasies, those fantasies that are almost like visualization. Like you see the thing that you want, but you visualize it. And it's healthy because you know it's within your means, so to speak. And it makes you feel good. It swells your heart. It's including people on the planet. It's for your highest and everyone else's highest. That's healthy dreaming, you dig? Or your actual dream time. Are they coming into your dreams? Are they let, again, showing up? This is the life-saving event. Because if that full moon Taurus takes you out emotionally and you want to be stubborn in the middle of the street and traffic coming at you from 6 different ways, at least the moon, sextile, and Neptune will be like whisper in your ear, baby, you might want to get out the street. As a matter of fact, just close your eyes and put your hands out like you're about to fly, and I'll take you. I'll make you through. I'll wish you through. Or your imagination can do that, or music can take you out in that. It's a way of kind of staying above the madness tomorrow, utilizing Neptune and its dreams and ancestor spirit, music, maybe a little joint here and now, not sabotaging, but just to stay comfortable. Neptune deals with drugs. That's why I said joint. You understand what I'm saying? Music and art, things that take you out above the mundane, above the rigmarole of the streets, you dig? Above the emotion, the heavy emotion that can plague you and allow you to continue to self-sabotage this week, you dig? I hope this is hitting. I really, really do, because it's hitting me as it's coming through. Tomorrow is no joke, and I'm glad I took my time to spend on that. If you don't know, want to hear nothing else, hear that. That full moon eclipse tomorrow is going to rock your world, and it's a battle between Scorpio and Taurus all day and night. It's going to feel like them three goddamn, no, that's kind of dramatic, Sonja. But it will feel like the series of this Taurus Scorpio eclipses kind of in one day. It's like a fast review, like a montage of the last year and a half, and all the fears that we have and the depths that we had to go to and the emotions that are coming up and the quality of life that we're living and how we feel duped and shamed and guilty for living such a whack-ass quality of life. And we know we can live better. How we want to be desperate to live that life, but just don't know how to get there. And here comes the monster with the fears and the lessons coming up in our face. All of that tomorrow. Ooh, just stay on Neptune's side and pray for Neptune to show you the way. Like for real, okay, y'all? All right. On Wednesday, new vibration. Let's go through. And this is where it starts to get much better. Trust me when I tell you. On Wednesday, the moon goes into Gemini, right? Love it. Well, the moon in Gemini always brings a nice little, like I always say, a little superficiality to things. It's fun. It's flirty. It's on the surface. You understand what I'm saying? It's not too serious. Let's leave that full moon Scorpio Taurus energy that was going on behind. Let's leave that in Tuesday. I want to wake up on Wednesday and feel a little lighter. I feel like I want to talk a little bit more, share my findings of what it is that I was going through the previous day, the emotions that have coming up, and make some sense of it. Okay? Gemini moon wants to make sense of the shit because it don't make sense. It ain't worth talking about if it don't make sense. That's what Gemini says, especially in that moon position. But then it gets better. Because before it actually goes into Gemini is like a nice little 1-2, like the follow-up 2 punch. But the first punch, though, is that moon, when it's in Taurus, is going to trine Pluto in Capricorn. That's beautiful. So that's about regaining power. That's about regaining our strength. That's about regaining the need to transition, to push through. Boom. That full moon got you all choked up and all fucked up. You don't know what you want to do the day before. That moon trine in Pluto will go, I know what you should do. Stand in your place. Find your power. Create that intensity that you need and go. And not the intensity that's suggested in my deck of cards that I have. Not the intensity that makes you look manic and fucking crazy, but the intensity that makes you feel focused and pointed and say, this is what I want and this is how I'm going to get it because I know I deserve it. You understand? The moon trine in Pluto. And then the moon goes into Gemini. And when it does that, it will sextile Jupiter because Jupiter is in Aries, even though Jupiter's going reverse. That's a good day on Wednesday. So you're stepping into your power with the moon trine in Pluto. And now the moon is sextiling Jupiter, bringing you skittles, bringing you good times, bringing you opportunities, bringing you good feels. Come on, y'all. Y'all hear where I'm going? Do you hear where I'm going? Monday and Tuesday could possibly help to sabotage, maybe a little bit of Wednesday that wants you to sabotage what's going on because of the tremendous amount of fear and rigidity that's coming up right in your face. And then here comes the monster from Poltergeist. And then on Wednesday, all that shit fades. So here's the deal. If you're the type of person that kind of gets off on trauma, there are people who are addicted to just things fucking up and waiting for the other shoe to drop. And if the other shoe don't drop, goddamn it, they're going to take their own shoe and just fucking drop it. How about that? So there are some people who are conditioned for that. Don't look for it. Please don't look for it. There's another day, another time coming around. Happiness to the core, to the cellular level is coming back, y'all. It's coming forward. These are just things that we have to clear out. And God dag on it, I really can't wait until Pluto goes into Aquarius and it can lighten up this whole thing that we've been taking care of since 2008 when Pluto went into Capricorn. It's about to go into Aquarius at the top of the year. So you understand that Pluto is doing its best to make sure we stand in this thing, this power that we have, almost like pounding the stake in the ground, like get in there. So when I'm gone, and when you establish all the structures in your life and the new rules in your life, when you establish how you need to walk in this thing, how you need to succeed in the new ways in which you succeed, then I can go on about my way. Then you can be better for it. You dig what I'm saying? Again, tomorrow with that establishment of the moon trine and Pluto, we got the moon sextile and Jupiter going, yeah, let me throw you a couple of gems at the same time while you're standing there shining. Shine on, baby bubble. The sun is opposition Uranus. Now, how am I supposed to shine through this change? Truthfully is the answer. Truthfully, honestly, and with conviction, and almost blind if you need to be. Not stupid, blind, meaning that you just close your eyes and you trust it because you've done all that you can do, all humanly possible to alter your emotions, to speak and communicate to the people that are around you, to put voice to your weaknesses, put voice to your vulnerabilities, put voice to the fact that I don't know this, but I need to know that, and I'm gonna work on this. And when after you put voice to all of that shit, now how are you supposed to shine? With the sun opposition of Uranus, with the changes wanting to usher in, it says just be vulnerable. Be open, be blind. You've done all that you need to do. Fucking jump, man. Just jump. Somebody's gonna catch you. You. Ha! How about that? And God and your ancestors. Yes. Doesn't that sound great, y'all? You like the way Wednesday just turns around that whole vibe, astrologically speaking? That's a real question. Do you like that? I want y'all to come back, please. I always encourage y'all to come back, and I know you got lives, but if you can come back and comment on what it is that you've been going through the week, it always makes me feel like, I don't know, that I'm doing my job or that something resonated, and it's not just me going through this thing. Let's talk about it because I can't see you. You understand? On Thursday, as the moon is still in Gemini, the moon in Gemini goes through a little changes, right? But first in the day, Mercury will square Saturn. That's not going to be too easy. Especially not going to be easy because the moon, watch this, the moon is in Gemini. Mercury is Gemini's planet and is squaring Saturn. That's not easy. So that means how we feel can be augmented, changed. We can blow up, utilize the two twins, the good and evil twin of Gemini. You understand what I'm saying? And it can affect how we think. And how we think affects if we're going to work or not. And it brings up them fears again. Saturn. Mercury is squaring Saturn. Please don't let your contemplative thoughts make you procrastinate and or self-sabotage. It starts with your complacent thoughts. Here's the deal, because the fears come back up again. The fears come back up for you, and your brain is like, well, we don't have to do a thing. We don't have to go into the deep tunnel of thought, Scorpio style, because now I'm really, really scared. Here comes the monster again. Here comes the monster again, and I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. Again, don't let it last. Why? Because the same day, here comes Neptune to the rescue again. Venus will trine Neptune. There's values in your dreams. Hold on to that. That was my notes. Hold on to that. The value in your dreams. Hold on to that. Your brain, the thoughts, what you say may not go in alignment with the work that you're doing, because it's bringing up a lot of fears and a lot of lessons and shit, and it's threatening your boundaries and shit. But again, Venus trine Neptune, it says hold on to the dreams, though, the imagination, those things that are a little ethereal, that may not be that practical for some of you. It may not seem realistic for some of you, but Neptune is realer than real can be, even if you can't touch it. Better believe it's been keeping us alive. The whole time we're going through this bullshit, COVID, and everything that's changing in the last 5 years. I've been saying it. The moon will quincunx the sun. We might feel a little irritated on Thursday. Changes happening, trying to hold on to Neptune, trying to figure out our brain and how it relates to these challenges and shit. May feel a little irritated. Don't let it, just let it go by. Feel the irritation, recognize it, be aware of it, and let it go by. And then, like a sick trick, at the end of the day, the moon will trine Saturn. Now go to work like a doctor. That's the bottom line. Go to work like a doctor by the end of the day on Thursday. After you've gone through all your fears and stuff, then the end of the day, it's like, all right, I'm over it. I got this. I know I got this. I know I have this. Okay. Because God is dope. Anyway, on Friday, it's Veterans Day, but it's also Wakanda Day. I hope y'all go out and see Wakanda. Black Panther. What was the true title? I can't remember right now. But the bottom line, Black Panther. Wakanda Day. And peace out to all the veterans and all the beautiful people that have served this particular land. You got more heart than I do. That's for ding dong, damn sure. So much love to you. But also on Friday, we wake up with the sun squaring Saturn. There we go again. This is the third fucking aspect, is what I'm trying to tell you. The monster, the poltergeist monster, is trying to come out at us. Do y'all hear me loud and clear without taking this computer and shaking it? Y'all hear me? The monster is trying to affect Saturn. Now, I love Saturn because, yes, initially it looks like a monster. Yes, initially it looks like a bunch of fears. Yes, it looks like people are testing your boundaries and all that. You got me fucked up. Yeah, it looks like all of that. It looks like these lessons that are coming back to haunt you again and again and again. But again, Saturn leaves a reward. Don't you want that reward? I know I do. Because if you don't get the reward, it's almost like you're putting yourself right back into this washing machine cycle of the lessons that we have to learn in this moment in time. It'll keep coming up, and it manifests quickly nowadays. Just like our dreams and our wishes and our prayers are manifesting, those negative thoughts, those lessons that we didn't learn, those fears that we're trying to put blinders on for, will keep coming back in your face like pow, 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 like Mortal Kombat and shit. Whoosh, 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 like the fighting scenes. You understand what I'm saying? It just keeps going. Aren't you tired? Or you just want to just try your hand at something new and just jump? Third aspect of Saturn not wanting to work, again, seeing that monster and that fear. Don't let it take you down, y'all. The same day, the moon will square Neptune. Oh, now you want to get on Neptune's bad side? Neptune was holding us up for a little while, keeping us all Marvin Gaye and nice and easy, feeling like we smoked out, but not really, just allowing us to kind of cruise along. And now the moon wants to fuck with Neptune. Come on now, don't do that. Don't doubt your dreams. Don't doubt your imaginations. Don't get it twisted. All right? Don't get emotional about the things that you can't see yet. That's the thing. Don't get emotional about the things that you can't see. That why do you want it in your face like right now? Like right now, even though things are manifesting very, very quickly, take your time with that. Take your time, as Neptune is trying to tell you in your dreams what it is, giving you your own responsibilities, telling you to be accountable for certain things, telling you to do the work on certain levels. That's what Neptune says too, you know. Neptune is like not a magic carpet ride to just keep us alive. It actually does whisper in our ears, you know, that day when you were supposed to do such and such and such. I mean, in a calm and cool way, I just want to tell you, you probably should have done that thing. I'm just saying, it would make you feel better. I mean, you'd be a better artist if you did. Sometimes it's not about the thing that we need to change. And this is often like with parents and shit, right? And people for that matter. It's about how you address the situation. So Saturn wants to come hard because Saturn ain't got time. Saturn is a taskmaster, it's cold as shit. But Neptune is like, I'm kind of saying the same thing Saturn been saying. I'm keeping you alive and I'm holding you close to my bosom and I'm bringing you all the sweet colors and the music and shit like that. But you got to get it together, baby. So consider that moon squaring Neptune saying, you got to get it together, baby. You like that? I do. The moon quincunxing Venus, irritated by your lack of value or money or passions or possessions. Don't be. Come on now. The irritations are a waste of time. Or if you see them and you feel irritated, take a deep breath. Count to 10. Walk in the bathroom, put some water on your face, and know that the moon moves quickly. So this irritation will be over before you know it. The moon is conjuncting Mars going retrograde. Let me redo some shit and see if that makes me feel better. That's that. Let me redo some things, like physically. Yeah, physically, because Mars is physical, energetic wise. Let me redo some things to make me feel better. So if you started to self-sabotage, maybe you get back on a horse. If you started to feel sorry for yourself, you just fucking get back on. If you started to jump, and then you kind of waver it and you're like, fuck it, let me just go. You understand what I'm saying? Just do it. Oh, here we go again. The moon will square Jupiter, same day. Having a hard time seeing the blessings, don't stop before they start. Don't stop looking for the blessings, seeing the blessings, taking advantage of the small opportunities that are coming your way, big or small, before they fully blossom and flush out and give you what you need. Just don't stop before you see the blessing. Don't stop before you see it all the way through. Don't stop. Here's the other part, something I just heard. Sometimes we think we know too much, and sometimes our pain is telling us it's going to happen again. Certain things will come up to us and it will look like a duck, look like a fucking duck. It's shaped like a duck, it's quacking like that. And all of a sudden, because it's a different lifestyle, because you've been growing up, because you've been doing some things, that dog started looking like a horse. But for the whole time, you think it's a duck. You think it's a duck. And before it gets to your face, you're convinced it's a fucking duck. Sometimes people don't want to see that it's changing into a horse. They tell themselves it's a duck all the way till it gets to their face. And by that time, it's over with. It's too late. It's not a duck. It's a goddamn horse because you didn't want to change your perspective to see it differently, is the point. Y'all hear me? The blessings are here. They come, and don't stop before you see what it actually is and before it gets on you. You ain't gonna die. Nope, you're not. Inevitably, we will. We'll get out of here. But just for pushing through your fears, no, you ain't. You're not. Let's go. Saturday. Mercury is trining Neptune. Here we go again. Here comes Neptune, about to save the day again. Speak with God on your tongue is what I said on Saturday. Don't question the words. Just speak with God on your tongue. Mercury came into play. Mercury said, yo, I try to tell you, you just need to live with this Mercury shit. It's Neptune thing. You need to live in your dreams. You need to live in this feeling, this ethereal thing, this spirit, your ancestors. You need to live with this. On Saturday, it's like, all right, now think like this. Now talk like this. Communicate like this. And use your words to augment, to change your vibration, who you are as you're walking through the words. Let your words, let your thoughts, let your planning and your strategy tell people and yourself, for that matter, who the fuck you are. Y'all get that? All right. On Sunday, last day, it's a bunch of stuff that's going down. Venus is sextiling Pluto. Step into your power with passion. Here it comes back. It comes back. Pluto's like, I got you. I'm trying to put you in the ground so when I leave, you good. But now you're going to sync it up with your passions now. Now you're going to feel that thing. You're going to know that you desire that thing. You're going to get some money because of that thing. See what I'm saying? You're going to feel more beautiful, more right, more deserving because you stepped into your power and because you've taken that stand. You dig? The moon was sextile Uranus on your rebel shit again, huh? Yes, let's be a rebel about it because changes are happening and nothing is being done the same. Boom. The moon is quincunxing Saturn. There we go. Remember that your final destination has not come. So keep plugging. Don't be irritated. Just keep plugging. This week is tricky like that, as you can tell, y'all. And it seems to be the same goddamn message. Push through. Because this full moon eclipse tomorrow wants to help to sabotage those stubborn places in you that doesn't want you to push through. It's imperative that you do. You understand? The last little bit of aspects on Sunday is the moon trining the sun. Come on now. That's a beautiful thing. The moon trining the sun, the moon trining Neptune, and the moon is trining Mercury. Beautiful, watery resolution to all things that you think, all things who you are, and all things that feel good in that Neptunian world. The water comes and saves the day by the end of the week on Sunday with just cleanliness of thought, of heart, purity of heart, with compassion, with sympathy, with empathy, with joy. You understand what I'm saying? With mothering, all things water, with depth, with patience, with ease. By the end of the week, hopefully we learn that we have to be easy, not only on ourselves, but with this process that we're going through and helping us to see ourselves in all of these different ways, in the best ways possible, and knowing that we can get it if we just be patient. And if we open up, the more you open up, the more you receive. Bottom line, point blank. I hope that helped y'all. I really, really, really do. Because I felt all of that in my goddamn soul. Is there one person? I'm gonna give it to one person today, okay? Hopefully somebody on here is having a solar return. That would be a great gift to that one person that I will read today. Honestly, y'all, I'm really, really tired, as I stated at the beginning of this broadcast, and I probably need to eat and go to bed. So I don't have too much energy to read too much more. But again, I love you too, El Bell. I want to see you more. That sweet, sunshiny lady. Thank you, Vonnie. So if anybody wants to be that lucky person, to so I can read your sun, your moon, and your rise, please put your information up. Your sun, your moon, and your rise. And if you have any questions, let me know. Please don't let those irritations consume you. Desi Monroe 18. Don't do it. Sending hugs and kisses to you, Kelly. Oh, Kelly. I will. I absolutely will. I have a big week ahead of me, y'all. I don't know if y'all are in or around Austin, Texas, but I will be there from the 11th to the 15th. I'm doing two, not one, but two presentations at the AfroTech convention. One on the 12th and one on the 14th. I can't wait. There will be over 400 people in attendance in both, and I'm super duper excited. And one of them is on Saturday, in which I will be speaking, right? And I think I gave y'all the aspect. I think Mercury is either trining or sextiling Neptune. Is trining because Mercury's in Scorpio and Neptune is in Pisces. I'm gonna be speaking with God on my tongue at that goddamn presentation. Y'all know me. I'm just going to open up and let it flow. All right. I just wanted to say that. That is it. That is it. Nobody put their information up here. One lonely person. Vonnie. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Vonnie, I'm going to give it to Desi because I don't. Because I don't recognize the person. And Vonnie, you know, we could do readings anytime. I'd love to see you at next year's retreat. We're going somewhere special, y'all. Wait for that announcement. Okay. Where's the information? So is that Aquarius Sun, Virgo Moon, and Scorpio Rise, Desi? Is that what that is? Virgo Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Virgo Rise. Can you the retreat will be in a different month in September. That's a great question. I love questions. We're looking at the end of July, beginning of August. I'm not really prepared to tell y'all the location yet, but there's a reason why it's going to be there because, I mean, that during that time, it's because of the weather during that time. So we had to make it a little earlier. Yay, Miss V63. I hope you can come, honey bun. All right, Sonya, focus. So Desi, is that the right thing? Aquarius, Sun, Virgo, Moon, Scorpio, Rising. Okay, let's go. Vonnie, I'll get you next time, baby love. All right. I need to see you too. Well, on Zoom or something. Hit me up. Communicate with a sister. Please go, Sabrina. We have so much fun. We have a lot of fun. All right. And we go deep real fast. So it's not a vacation, it's a retreat. Sonya, focus. Desi, Aquarius Sun, Virgo Moon, Scorpio Rise. Very, very interesting. It's always interesting reading Aquarius and Scorpio energy together because, like we just said, those fixed signs can cause havoc within a person's personality, right? Because the Aquarius wants to do it like the Aquarius wants to do, but God damn it, so does that Scorpio. So a lot of times it's a face-off between that Aquarius energy and that Scorpio energy. And here the thing about it is that Scorpio is a lot more fierce than Aquarius. And being that it's on your rise and it's not who you are, it absolutely leads the way for you. You show this type of strength, this type of intimidation on your rise, being Scorpio like, and being controlling and being passionate, and again, being powerful and intimidating in some kind of way with Scorpio on your rise, right? Aquarius is just as stubborn, believe it or not, but it's not as heavy. You understand what I mean? So oftentimes what you're putting out, that vibration, that Pluto vibration, the Aquarius in you is really not subscribing to all of that. And what I mean is people can take you to be a little bit more intimidating than what you really, really are. And the Aquarius in you be like, I was just playing. I didn't mean that. You took me too serious. It's like, so why'd you put all of that fucking Scorpio Pluto shit on me and try to shank me in the goddamn bathroom if you didn't mean it? I'm just saying, Desi, that Scorpio and Aquarius got to be on the same accord, because Aquarius will forget all the shit and go to the next thing. It's heady. It deals with cerebral shit. Whereas on your rise, your Scorpio is putting out all the intensity, you dig, which is very, very emotional on that on that other side. And then and then on the rise, and then speaking of being emotional, with your moon being in Virgo, good God, then the moon in Virgo says, I deny all things that Scorpio did, because it wasn't perfect. It was very imperfect, and because I don't want to look like the bad person. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to service you. I want to service you. I want to love you. I want to help you. I want to caretake. Let me help you out. Okay, after you done burned down the house, after Aquarius and said, fuck it, I don't care. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do and become detached. I know I sound negative. This is not a negative read. This is a read in which they're telling me to give, because I go with what they tell me to do, to open you up and see these sides of you, Desi, that people may be taken on different levels and different ways. And then you want to defend yourself. And you're like, why are y'all taking this like this? Why are y'all seeing me like this? It's because your Virgo moon sometimes is in denial and wants to criticize, and your Scorpio rise is powerful. And then your Aquarius has to back that up. You got to manage what it is that Scorpio rise is doing. Don't get your feelings hurt too much. And you got to manage what it is that your moon in Virgo is doing. See the truth for what it is. You dig what I'm saying? See the truth for what it is. Feel the truth for what it is. And remember that you are for the people, Desi. Aquarius energy is for the people. So all that fever, that intensity, that passion in Scorpio, all that help that you want to give in your moon in Virgo, do it for the people. When you start to unleash that on people individually, it makes you look crazy, confused, and like you don't know where you are emotionally. Aquarius can't handle personal relationships, no deep, deep personal relationships. The Scorpio can, though. That's why it gets tripped up. Are you following me, honey pie? If you're confused, get a reading, because there's a lot going on around you. That's for ding dong damn sure. There's a sweet little lady on the other side that just showed up too. I don't know why she has hats. I don't know if she likes hats, like church hats. She got fucking fruit in her hair, in her hat. Sonja is funny. But she just came with this big old thing, this lady, for you, Desi. She came with a big sombrero like thingy on her skull. She's beautiful, and she's pushing you through so you can understand who you are, and you can better adjust who you are so you can get the results that you want. Because you're frustrated that you're not getting the results that you need to get. That's because of the information that you keep putting out to people. It's different information every day. I'm just saying. Oh, you're welcome, Desi. All right, I'm gonna get off this thing. All right, y'all. Have an awesome week. Like I said, come back and comment. If you have any questions, please ask any questions. I don't mind. I like conversing. And I want us all to be happy. I want us all to get better. I want us to do this thing. It's time to push through this thing. Closed eyes if we need, and just jump to the other side, because there's happiness there. One last thing I was prompted to say. I heard this in the shower. It's like, don't be in such a rush to get to happy again, especially Sagittarius people, Gemini people, those that like to be superficial to a point and just get back to the happy, so to speak. You can get there too prematurely. And I think I've made mention of this once or twice in another broadcast. You can get there too prematurely, and we're about to go there. December and January feels a lot lighter than the Scorpio season is. That's for ding dong damn sure. But if you don't get these lessons, you're gonna be the same old petty ass chick in the happy season. And nobody's going to want to be around you, because nobody's cracking those jokes anymore. Y'all got me? You got to change up who you are in order to show up on the scene brand new and activate that new happiness. That new happiness is something we've never experienced before. Trust and believe, because it's putting us back into control. It's allowing us to be happy based on our own terms and what we want to do and how we want to live. And not on some selfish shit, but in a way in which if our heart is not pumping, then we're not doing it. And it's not personal to anybody else that wants to do something different. That's the kind of happiness that's coming towards us, y'all. in a way that we can do this for ourselves and then learn when Pluto goes into Aquarius how to do that for humanity. That's when the game changes. When we can continue to reflect that happiness on others and we can all dance together and hold hands around the planet. For real. It sounds idealistic, but it's my dream. I hope you have an awesome week. Be good to yourself, okay? All right. Bye.